Hello, welcome. Man, I don't know what to think about Maestro number 3. Granted, I got it like a week after it was supposed to come out because it didn't end up in my short box and I didn't have my notebook with me to remind me to pick it up off the shelf. But, I just read it, watching the sunset fade. Okay, I guess I'm watching the sunset progress outside my window. Like the sun is pretty low in the horizon. And this book is set in like the sunset of civilization, so there's a metaphor there. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm not sure I liked it. Like at this point, the Maestro has become unlikable. Hercules is unlikable. Everybody's unlikable. So I'm reading a book about one unlikable guy fighting another unlikable guy. Like, is that the best we can do in our modern entertainment? Where's the uplift? Where's the moral lesson, Like good must triumph over evil, but right now I'm just watching like two evil guys fight each other and I don't know how I feel about that. We start off basically with Hercules sparring with Hulk. And it's quick and violent, and at the end of it Herc is like, "Oh man, I hope you didn't get the wrong idea there. I just thought, it would be fun if we had a little fight." Like he goes there, but the Hulk is already gone. He's gone off to see. It's right on the cover, so it's not a spoiler if I tell you he runs into Rick Jones. And the conversation goes about as well as you might imagine. This is definitely like birth of a supervillain territory. Not that Hulk was ever not really a supervillain in disguise. He's just a supervillain who, sometimes like Magneto, decides that he doesn't actually want to kill everybody and that he should be cool. Rick ain't looking so good. He jokes somewhere in here that he's 39. There's no way he's actually 39. I mean, we're like, what, 50 years after the end of the world, 100 years after the end of the world, something like that. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But they have a little debateroo. Rick Jones is like, man, Hercules doesn't care for the people. And Hulk is like, I don't care for the people either. The people destroyed the world. Oh, it's right there. Look, it's right there on the page. Ordinary people destroyed the world. That's basically the plot line to used in what was it? Batman Last Night on Earth. Like you remember that? You should remember that. That was a pretty crazy book. I really liked the artwork. I'm not so sure I liked the rest of it that much, but that was the thesis of that book. Is yo, ordinary people killed all the superheroes and villains. They destroyed them. Here, ordinary people destroyed the world. It's the same thing. It's the same message. Now, foolishly, Rick Jones tells somebody to go take Hulk to a secret science laboratory, and so Hulk goes there, and well, you can see how this is all going to go bad, and it does go bad. It goes bad by the end of the book, man. We don't even like make it to issue 4 before Hulk is like, "I'm going to kill everyone." What else is he gonna do, right? He's the Maestro. He's the villain of a future story, so he's got to turn evil. I just feel like he kind of went evil really, really quick here. And like I said before, that is kind of like in the Hulk's character. It is what the Hulk does. Let me just flip back over to that fight scene because it's pretty cool looking. Pretty cool. It's nice to see super strong dudes when they fight. Creating shock waves, breaking pavement, knocking holes in walls. Like that is totally appropriate stuff. And it looks like by the end of the book, they're going to have a real fight and not this sparring session that Hercules intended here at the beginning of all this. So they got that going for them. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm actually liking this. Like, I like the first two issues. I thought they were really cool, especially that first issue. It sets up lots of mystery. But now, I know where the story has to go. My enthusiasm has dipped a little bit because it's like, well, I know he's going to become a supervillain pretty soon. And we're watching that happen. It's kind of like the Star Wars prequels. It's like, well, Anakin has to become Darth Vader at some point. So things happen and he becomes Darth Vader. And it's kind of like, oh man, That sweet little kid that did all that pod racing is now an inhuman monster. In this case, the inhuman monster has become an inhuman monster. So I guess there's not really a lot of surprise there for me, but it's still a little disheartening to watch. Also, seeing Hercules kind of being, I don't know, evil. That something about it doesn't sit right with me. That doesn't feel like the Marvel Hercules. That feels more like DC's Hercules. You know, maybe it fits more in with like the mythological Hercules too. For what it's worth, though, the art in this book is great. The writing is actually good. I just don't like where it's going, if you know what I mean. But the actual writing, the words, the arrangements, the stuff happening, it all makes sense. It absolutely all makes sense. This is still a pretty darn cool book. I just don't feel that. Oh man, I can't wait for the next one because I know in this next one we're gonna see a lot of bad stuff happen to people who probably don't deserve to have bad stuff happen to them. Anyway, that's Maestro issue 3. Sets up basically a big fight, which is probably going to be the next 2 issues, be my guess. We'll find out. We'll absolutely find out. And if you don't know who the big fight is with, obviously, you didn't see who he was fighting here and who runs the world at this point in time, because it's this guy right here. Like, you knew that. Come on. You should have known that from issue 2 that they were going to be fighting each other pretty soon. Anyway, take care of yourselves and bye-bye. Remember to hit that like button, by the way.